you had a good day. It's a little chilly out here. Not too cold, but it's fall weather. It's fall. So, but yeah. So, today was a cool day, but I learned something new every day. So the student I had today, she was Asian, and she said how her family had a business in Puerto Rico. And I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to San Juan. And I didn't see any Asian establishments, but it's believable because they everywhere. That's one thing about them. They have a very big population in Jamaica. And, they everywhere. So they all over the country, all over the world. So that's interesting to know that they have a population. I guess not in San Juan where I was, but I guess they have it like in other parts. She said she didn't know which part or whatever. But today I wanted to talk about there's a difference between someone being attracted to you and valuing you. So a lot of us, get the two confused, and sometimes you may even think infatuation is love. So it's all different. So love is no matter what that person is going through or the different phases, you'll stick with them. You're not going to complain about little things like trivial things. Like if you gain a little weight and your partner has a whole bunch of negative stuff to say, it really shows that he got with you for your looks. He didn't get with you for you, right? And it's good to ask your partner, like, why did you get with me, or what was your first impression of me, or whatever. And if it has nothing to do with your character of who you are, you already know that is doomed to failure, because if they say anything about your looks, now some people might say, oh yeah, but looks are important. If they really were important, everybody who looked good, all of us will be happily married right now. Think about it. So obviously looks do play a part, but they really don't, because how many of us have turned down people that look good? How many? I know for me as a woman, it's plenty of, from the time as far back as I can remember as high school, good looking guys try to get with me, and because of their reputation, or they didn't have the swag that I liked, or I felt like they were crazy, like I told y'all in my previous video, but it's more so of character, right? So looks do help. I mean, obviously you're not going to be with somebody, that looks like Biggie Smalls, but Biggie Smalls got girls because of his confidence, right? So if Biggie wasn't a rapper, let's just say if he wasn't the street dude that he would have never got Kim. Like he got Kim, they met in the streets of Bed-Stuy. They both was rappers, they both was from Bed-Stuy, and that's what connected them. Then he got to Faith. By that time he was famous. He was the face of Bad Boy Records, and she was on the same company, so that's what brought them together. So a genuine answer of why two people got together is, I was going through something, and this person helped me to be a better person, or this person was there for me in a time of struggle. Or this person, just for who they are, they're a stand-up person. They stick up for people. Something about their character should always draw you. And one thing I'll never forget, I think I was in a cab. So I went to high school in Queens, kind of far. I mean, driving, it don't take no time to get there. 215 Jamaica, Queens Village, Southside Jamaica, Queens. But so in the mornings, like if I didn't feel like, because sometimes like if the 36 bus took too long, most of the time it's that 36 bus, because it stopped right in front of my high school. If the 36 took too long, which was very rare, but let's say if I took the train in the morning, it takes you to Jamaica Avenue. So I'm not gonna walk. I wasn't gonna walk from Jamaica Avenue, 165th. Anybody from Queens, Jamaica Avenue is a long walk to the terminal. When you with your friends, it's not bad, but in the mornings, I didn't have the energy for that. So if I did take the train in the morning, which was very rare, almost never took the train. But if I did take the train in the morning, I would take what they call a dollar cab. I heard they still have it in Flatbush. Now it's $2. But in Queens, the difference is in Queens, they actually work good and it's fast. Flatbush, I remember taking a dollar cab when I had my first job, and it was terrible. It was slower than a bus. But in Queens, the dollar cab, I don't know if they still have them, but the dollar cab was quick. So I used to hop in that dollar cab. I used to hop right in the dollar cab and go right to school. And I'll never forget, on the radio, they was talking about Charles Darwin. Now he has a theory, y'all know about the evolution thing, but another theory he has is when you fall in love with the person's you don't fall in love with the person 100%. You fall in love with 2 to 3 character traits. And I thought that was interesting, because you're not gonna love somebody 100%. It's almost impossible. It's things about them that's gonna tick you off. But the things that are important, the things that stand out about them, that's what makes you fall in love. And I would say I agree with that. You're not gonna fall in, let's say if a person, you could think of 10 positive things about a person. What makes you really head over heels is gonna be 2 or 3 of those things. It's not going to be all 10, right? So that's what I wanted to share. And also, when a man really cares about you and loves you, he's going to do for you. And he's going to be there for you. And he's going to support you. He's not going to just sleep with you and take you out on dates. That's bare minimum. But when shit hits the fan and when you need stuff done, that's when you realize if someone cares about you or not. And if they're not there, that tells you everything you need to know. And also, I never realized, I was just thinking about this at work. Your upbringing as a child, as a little boy, it does have an effect on how we deal with things. Because my father's not perfect, but he's always there when I call, and he's always on time. Literally. My father, it doesn't matter. My father is always there. He's omnipresent. From the time I was a little girl until now, I call him. He's always there. He could, when I was a little girl, he could work overtime, triple time, right? Because the police department be like that. So sometimes you gotta work overtime. Sometimes my father had to work triple shifts, and he would be there at my concert waiting. There was never any excuses. He was never late. So the stuff that I dealt with in dating, it was like, like, my father is never late till this day. Till this day, I be like, Dad, 5 p.m. He there before me. And then my son, he's 14, and same thing. If my son, it doesn't matter if it's a soccer game, track meet, step competition. It doesn't matter what my son is doing. My father is always there and on time. No excuses. And it's not because he's perfect. It's because he cares about me, right? So if someone cares about you, they're going to be there. No excuses. So I think and I didn't realize, and that's why I'm so hard on going out on dates. It's not just about a nigga spending money. It's him showing interest. So if he's not doing that, and that's an issue, then that tells you something, And sometimes we as women, we forget. I know a few girls that had their dads in their life, and they just dealt with the bullshit for whatever reason. But it's important to go back, as I said in my earlier video, that's how you could kind of measure, do I want this person? Do I want my son to be like this person? Would my parents approve of this relationship? And if the answer is no, then you already know he got to go. And I was really thinking about that. There's a difference between attraction and admiration. Or somebody could admire you, somebody could like you. That doesn't mean that they care about you. If somebody cares about you, it's an action word, right? My father is not an affectionate man. He doesn't do hugs, he doesn't do kisses, he doesn't say I love you. But he doesn't have to say it. He shows it. He was like, his father never told him he loved him, but he showed it. I'd rather somebody don't tell me, show it to me. Now my son, he taught me how to be more affectionate. So sometimes your children could teach you. But at night, my son always used to say, hugging a kiss, hugging a kiss, hugging a kiss. And it was just so amazing because I didn't teach my son that. My son taught me that. And another thing that my son taught me is it's good to say, I love you. He tells everybody, I love you, I love you. He even tells his teachers, I love you, at the end of every conversation. Because you just never know when you're not going to see that person anymore. One of his teachers passed away last year, and it was sad because the teacher, I think, was younger than me, Spanish teacher, and she just died suddenly. It's scary. A lot of people passing away left and right. Young people, 30s and 40s. People dying in their sleep. People dying in car accidents. People dying just from random shit. But that's something I wanted to say. It's definitely a difference between somebody, oh, I just like you, versus somebody really down for you. And those are my thoughts.